Hi, I'm back, and this is the part that I know everyone's been waiting for. So grab your warm cup of tea or coffee and get ready. I'm going to start bringing out things not necessarily wrapped, or will be wrapped as we go, just to show you how simple my wrapping is. It's going to look pretty, but it doesn't have to be hard. And because I have a very small office space, I'm going to try to do these things sort of by category. Smaller price points first, bigger price points later. I will put the pricing in the comments later. That I just can't do everything at once. So I was talking on some of my holiday gifting tips about, who do you get gifts for? Well, that was why I posted the wish list. Now, if you are an online shopper and you want to prepare, we now have an app. I can show you a little bit more about this, and I have a fun little challenge for you if you like winning stuff. I know a bunch of you do. And I wanted you to see this. This is basically a new and improved shopping app for the customer to take advantage of. And the goal is to get my customers all using the app and not having to fight with a computer or tablet to order with me. And what's nice about it is it's interactive, has lots of pictures, it's easy to use, it's a free app. So you check out here, it says Mary Kay app. You can find it in Apple or Android app store. You will look up me, make sure it's Kristen Culver, spelled Kristenculver, with my picture, and click shop with me. Then you want to register and sign it. Now, you might already be registered with my website. I think you use the same email address and password. But once you have it set up on the app, it's going to become that much easier for you. So you might notice it does say here password, numbers, letters only, no special characters. Just keep it simple, girls. If you forget, you can always ask for your password to be changed. Now, you want to complete the beauty profile on there and then text me back when you're done. Done. That gives you a $15 gift card to shop with me, and I'll enter everyone who does this month into a drawing for a $100 shopping spree to be used in December. So it's very inexpensive for you to just check out the app. You get something just for doing that, and then you have a chance of getting even more stuff. So please consider that, because I think you might benefit from it. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, I think I did a makeover, and I mentioned briefly that we are doing holiday makeovers every week. So I wanted you to be aware of the schedule. I will see about posting that if I haven't already. It's basically something I put in my newsletter, but I wanted to share it with everyone. So this is actually the first and the second one got switched around. Hannah just did the smoky eye look this week on the 4th, and Zarabeth will be doing I think, red hot lips on the 11th instead, because as I remember correctly, November 11th is like Red Lipstick Day or something. And so you'll probably want to watch that one. They're all good. These are amazing teachers. I've worked with them before. I really love them all. And you can't go wrong. What happens is you ask me and I will give you the YouTube link. They will post it earlier in the week, so I have it. But I don't have the link for Zarabeth yet. I don't have the link for the rest of these ladies yet. But Hannah's is up, and therefore, if you want to check it out, I can send it to you. I don't know how long it stays up, though. So you definitely want to take advantage of it. And I can teach the class, too, but it's just nice to have someone else step up and do the teaching. And last but not least, here's a great reason to consider shopping with me. A lot of people talk about, oh, I'm worried about shipping delays. I'm worried about things not being in stock or back ordered. Well, the one thing I will tell you is I am fully stocked right now as we speak. And this little meme pretty much says it all. And this is funny because my husband works at the post office, so I'm not trying to insult him. I'm just saying, this might be slow, but this is not sitting on a container ship, because Mary Kay is made in Texas in the United States. So my stuff ships from domestic to domestic. And you don't want to see it, but I have a whole bunch of stuff piled up over here. I stocked up earlier this year. I planned ahead for what I wanted to make available as gifts so that you would not be suffering this agony. And I was thinking of you in my mind when I was doing this. Last little reminder and or announcement, only because I know it's coming up and we will completely forget to change your clocks. This is public service announcement. Remember to change your clocks, because the only way you can really turn back time is using Mary Kay. Fit your favorite share meme here if you want to in the comments. I will look for them and laugh and appreciate them. But seriously, folks, let's get to the gifts, since that's what everybody is looking forward to looking at. Now, I don't have a lot of images, So I'm going to just keep the camera on and step out of frame, because if I had it all on the same table, I would knock everything over, and that would be bad. So just hang on as I bring over things by kind of cluster. Just a moment more. It'll be easier when I don't have these all falling all over the place later. Trust me. So that is sort of, I'm basically categorizing things in my head, if you will. And what I will do is I will show you the products, then I will show you the packaging, because otherwise we'll be here all night. And you don't want that. So you've got a friend you're meeting up with. You want to have a cute little gift ready to go. You don't want to offend her, and you're not sure what's going to work. One of my lower price point items is basically, it's a pair of satin lips. And again, with the lighting, it's going to be, you're going to have a little trouble seeing things. This is by itself like this, it's under 25. With wrapping, it's 25. But it's a great Yankee swap gift for men or women. I can put this into a little ornament, like a mistletoe ball, get, mistletoe lips. Or I have these cute little mini stockings that these fits in. And I can then always put it in a gift bag on top of that. These ship really well. I have a lot of these, and they're unscented. They're great for exfoliation and moisturization. Just something that, anybody can utilize. It's a nice little gift, or something for your favorite barista, or if you have like a babysitter or a dog walker, you might give them a little bit nicer gift, just saying. So one of the things we always like to give is hand cream and foot lotions. These are basically them. Now, keep in mind, when I do the foot lotions for charity, here we go. I'm going to turn the light off. You can see labels better. The foot lotion, I usually put this in a sock. I'll show you that in a minute, the snowman look. And this is a nice little gift. This is, when it's a charitable donation, $15. You're paying for one, and I'm then coughing up my profit. So you're basically giving two gifts. But as I said, if you're giving it as a gift to someone it's $15. Now the hand lotion, I usually bundle this with gloves or an eye headband. And I have lots of pairs of gloves. I'll show you those in a short while. Scented or unscented hand lotion. This is usually $20. Now I do have a few, but not a ton, of the limited edition ones that have their own packaging. They're also $20. And I think I have berry, like a raspberry, and coconut, or maybe it's a strawberry. I'd have to double check, but the citrus is gone. I have a few of those, but no, I do have plenty of satin hands and unscented, and in white tea and citrus. So those are kind of in your 15 to $20 range ish. Then you might get something like this for someone when you're not sure what to get them. We have masking. So we've got the charcoal mask. We've got the Moisture Room gel mask. I'm going to leave these up here for a second. And then I still have a bunch of these cute Mad About Masking pod sets. So it's like a not as much stuff as in these, but the packaging is cute. And these can easily be bundled with a Mary Kay applicator brush. So this is, it's in the mid-20s. I would call this about 25 to 30. I double check. That's why I'm not putting the numbers in now. I'll put them in later. I was going to do the ticker and realized it was too much editing. This I know is like 24, but if you add the brush, it's closer to 30, give or take. I marked down this, figuring it's a reusable applicator and that you're going to want to have that. Whereas you use up this, you're going to need more. So that's why I sometimes give a deal on the applicator as a bundle. And of course, the gel mask is a little cheaper. This is in the low 20s, but with the brush, I would put it at 25. So we're still under 30. And I've already shown you several gifts that might be appealing to you or someone you need to give a gift to, as I said, for Yankee swap or as a thank you gift, teacher gift, you name it. You might have other people who do other services, like a hairdresser or something, that may also be interested. So now we're going to get into the $30 range, or a little bit closer to $30 range, maybe even 35. I have the Micellar Water and Oil-free microphone. This is for someone is conscientious about washing their skin I can never get this label to show up. It's such a faint pink box. There we go. These are like, you know, a little under 20 each. Together, I believe it's about 36. And I still have the bamboo or cotton reusable rounds for wiping them off your face. So I bundle that. I don't actually charge for the rounds. I figure that's like a gift with purchase. This was kind of like a bestie bundle. And this is great for someone you know, maybe a daughter or a niece who you're getting a nice little stocking stuffer for, and you want to give her something that she'll use. This is great, goes in the gym bag or whatever, and it's a quick and easy way to clean their face, just the dirt, even if they don't wear makeup. I love that as a pair. And then, of course, we have variations of the theme. I have the unscented body wash and lotion, kind of a pinkish, whitish packaging, unscented. Now we have new scented. We have the berry vanilla, and then there's also an almond and apple and almond. I'm just holding up one pair just so you can see the product size. Body wash and lotion. Now these are all be sold individually. It just makes more sense to bundle. And I can add like a shower poof or one of those washing mitts and or a small towel. I know with the charcoal mask, I had a few of those gray masks that had the eyelashes last year, and this year I have the ones that say beautiful, but I only have a few of those left. Those are very limited. And what I do is I call this one the nice and this one the naughty. Haha, charcoal in your stocking. And then the hydrogel mask is sort of, you know, it's clean, it's clear, and lightweight feeling. So I figure kind of more angelic and fluffy clouds, and you know what I mean? And that one I can put it into a kind of a white fluffy pouch or a, you know, some kind of a cute bag, cello bag with snowflakes. Whereas the charcoal, I actually have this red velvet with the fake fur on top pouch. It literally looks like, you know, the old stocking that you would get hanging up on the mantle. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked, but I was just thinking about that. I like to give nicknames to my product bundles sometimes. So if you like scent and you want to do something where you do like the body wash and a lotion, we have the satin body. And we have also the scrub. So if you like satin body, satin hands, this is a little over the 30 mark because this would be 3. This is closer to 50. This is sort of like the deluxe version. And you would consider this like a spa gift. That would be putting it, you know, maybe it's a gift for your mom, a small gift for your wife because you're planning on getting her jewelry and you don't want to break the bank, but you want to give her some extra stuff, if that makes sense at all. Just double checking my math. Yeah, that would be closer to like, depending on the packaging, 55 and up. Again, this is something you would do if you're doing like multiple boxed items and you're stacking up like a tower of gifts. That might be the way to go. Otherwise, as I said, these are a lot more common, scented and unscented bath spa type products for a lot of people. These are your go-to, but you don't want to get those icky ones that you find at the end cap at CVS. No offense to CVS. I love it. It's a great pharmacy, but they are not a bath and body product store, nor should they be. And I honestly feel like they should stick to what they're good at, you know, prescriptions and all the basic things to keep you healthy, not all the other stuff. So along the same lines, if you're giving a gift of beauty, but you're not sure, we have things like I have a ton of the Hydrogel Eye Patches. And I mean, you can put this with a sleep mask. You can put this with, you know, something like a hair tie to put things back. You know, you don't have to go heavy on this, but this is a really thoughtful gift. Again, somebody like a mom or a niece or a friend that you're going to be meeting with, if you don't feel like satin lips is enough, this might be a better way to go. This is at 40. Now, of course, if you're putting it with all this extra stuff, it's more like 45. But we're still, except for the trio I showed you there a moment ago, we're still under $50. And I have multiples of these in stock. Now, you might also say, hey, do you still have satin hands? Of course we do. I have this in scented and unscented. It comes in this ugly bag I will never let you use. I will put it in something cuter, either a box or bag. So satin hands, the emollient. Sorry, this one's the emollient. This is the sugar scrub smoothie. And this is the lotion. We have this in scented and unscented, and I have it in multiples. When I say multiples, I'm talking double digits here. So don't worry, I have it in stock, but you got to let me know if you want multiples for like multiple staff and you're doing like staff appreciation or something. You got to say something. Now, along the same lines, you might want a really cute hostess gift. This thing is actually within that price point. That was 36. I'd say 40 when you consider packaging. We also have what I lovingly call the Rona Bundle. This is our new soap with our sanitizer and the unscented lotion. So again, this is, I've nicknamed it the Rona Bundle. Someone else gave me the idea and I just loved it. It's kind of silly, but you're washing your hands. You need to moisturize. And if you don't always have time, you can sanitize. And it's nice because it's lightweight, shea infused. So it's actually putting some moisture back into your hands. Therefore, you're not suffering from like chafy, raw, washed hands where your skin is drying out and it's uncomfortable and unhappy. I wouldn't want you to be thinking or dealing with that. So now I'm going to grab the next round of gifts, but I'm keeping one or two things out so I can show you packaging. Otherwise, I'll be like running back and forth trying to grab things. Let's see here. If you're a fragrances person or know someone who is, I have some really cool stuff. Again, multiple, so you know I have enough. This was limited edition from a year or two ago, but I still have it, and it's just such a cute. It's called Oh So Cute, but it's de cute, like, you know, Eau de Perfume. It's a bow. Ah, I know, isn't it adorable? And what happens is you take the cap off. It's got this light, fresh, almost like baby powder scent, but just this alone, it's adorable. And it's in like hot pink. How can you not love that? This will be a great gift if you have someone who loves kind of cutesy things. Maybe they're a Hello Kitty fan. I also stocked up on what was my all-time favorite from a year or so ago, Live Fearlessly. Just the name alone is awesome. And this comes in a lovely box as well. I like this one. It's got kind of more of a musky scent, meaning like woodsy, outdoorsy, adventurous. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. And then if you like fragrance, but you like small travel size, we have Live Fearlessly, Forever Diamonds, and Cityscape in these really cool fragrance wands. I have a few of each of these, and I'll just show you one so you get the idea. They spray. They don't roll. And it's nice because it's purse sized, as I call it, or travel size. Yes, I know it's 0.35 fluid ounces. It might be not so good for carry-on or travel, because if you go on a plane, it says flammable. They don't like that. That would have to go into a check bag, and then you run the risk of it leaking all over your clothes. So be cautious if you do have to travel with fragrances. Speaking of fragrances, they finally arrived. Limited edition men's and women's perfume and cologne set. So this is the ladies' box with Live Fearlessly, Dream Fearlessly, and Love Fearlessly. So yes, the same Live Fearlessly that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I would say that I like Dream Fearlessly a little bit better than Love Fearlessly, but all three are absolutely lovely, and they're all different. I won't go into all the scent notes here, but I can pull that information. I think I did a post in my VIP group, like an unboxing post a little while ago. Now, we carry men's cologne. I don't carry a lot of it because I don't sell a lot of it, but this box set was too cute to pass up. So this is the men's. Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, it's the reflection. It's not the product that's making it a problem. This includes Cityscape, which is kind of the partner to the Lady Cityscape fragrance I showed you earlier. Then High Intensity and High Intensity Sport, which are some of our best sellers. And these are sprays as well. But they're not like so dainty that any guy will be like turned off. They'll like the idea of having a variety to choose from. And each of these box sets is around like 35 or so, 36. So packaged up, these would be 40. Whereas this thing, as I said, 35 to 40 with packaging. These wands are 22 each, but with packaging, I'd say 25. And then Live Fearlessly, I believe, was like 44, 45. So with packaging would be 50. Again, you know, varying price points for different people. If you're looking for something really special, we have last year and this year's 12 Days of Faves. Now, this is kind of cool. It's an accumulation of things, all boxed up individually. So this is last year's, with all the stuff in it. And when you open the box, it's like an advent calendar, kind of. Let me try not to drop everything when I do this. Ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? And that's last year's. I have about 4 or 5 of these, and I have 4 or 5 of the current year. Now, they have not sold out of the current year, but obviously last year's they don't make anymore. So very slight variations. They each retail at $99, but they're valued at like $130. So here's the other one. And I did do a preview of this on a prior post. If you scroll back, look up like 12 Days of Faves or something. Might have even been a Friday post. But these are really nice because they're individually boxed. They can open one a day for 12 days. They can open one an hour for 12 hours. I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be Hanukkah, although that's coming up pretty fast. So I have it now, though. If you needed it for Hanukkah, I got it. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit more about packaging. That would probably have to go in a larger size box, and I don't have those boxes ready. But these can be wrapped up beautifully, trust me. So some of the things I was talking about earlier, I'm running out of table, so bear with me. And this is also because I don't want to drop everything. I'm not going to leave everything on the counter here. Broken inventory you can't sell, you know what I mean. So you may just have to use your imagination a little bit for some of this because I'm not going to sit here and wrap everything up. I'll take photos later and let you guys see those when I have time to do a really nice job. And I have a new light box so I can get all fancy on you there. And you can see something really nice as opposed to me doing it kind of half done and not having the results that I so desire. Let's see here. I'm keeping one or two things here just so I can show them off to you, but without having, as I said, an avalanche of product. This is sort of a variety that gives you the gist, I should say, of what I wanted to showcase. And as I said, I have so many packaging options, it's not funny. I just want you to see what I have so you can feel rest assured that your needs have been taken care of in a timely manner. So one of the first things I will showcase, because it's a favorite of mine and I have mentioned it, it's called the Man Can. And you probably can guess what it looks like. But if you've never seen this thing before, what I love about it, I can get it open without hurting myself. They do give you this little tool to pry open the lid. Is I can put in it a little bit of everything from our men's shave set. And then I like to throw in the beard oil if he's into that. So the Man Can basically is what it sounds like. It's a can filled with men's products. You can even stick a cologne in here. So I've got face wash, shave foam, beard oil, moisturizer, eye cream. I even have the aftershave. As I said, if you threw in a cologne, either that cologne set or one of the men's individual scents, you could even put in Satin Lips. You could make him feel like a king for a day with the Man Can. He doesn't like fancy. He doesn't want a big fat bow. Just have a note on it that says Happy Holidays. You know, I know that most guys would probably just go for this, and I'd love that, you know. No need to make it complicated. As I said, for the most part, most guys I know really just want to have a nice holiday. They don't want to spend a lot of time in line at the mall trying to figure out what to get people, which is another reason why you should be filling out your wish list so that I can be prepared when they call me and you tell me, oh, well, my girl, Mary Kay girl, knows what I want. Just ask her and she will tell you what to get me for Christmas. And I mean specifically Mary Kay products, but do understand a gift set doesn't have to just have Mary Kay products in it. And that's something I've been pointing out to people. They can kind of do something a little more involved. So we were talking about like the spa products earlier, the lotions and stuff. I've got these cute non-denominational Mary Kay boxes. So let's say we put the berry vanilla in here. I throw some tissue in. I've got this really cute poof that kind of goes with the color scheme. And you still have room for like a note card. And I usually like to tuck in like a gift card or something. So I can make this really, really cute and adorable. And then this fits a medium-sized flat rate shipping box for the post office, which is under $20 to ship. Priority mail, flat rate, with tracking, with insurance. So keep that in mind. I have on my holiday gifting list deadlines. so that you know when you need to have everything in by. Let's just say you do Christmas, because that's the later holiday. You would want to make sure you have your stuff out the door in time so you don't have to worry about shipping delays. One of the cuter littler packages, if I can find it. Here it is. My baby stockings. These are what I usually put the satin lips in here. I may have to take them out of the box because I will turn them sideways. I always forget. There is a way to get them both in here. Just trust me. But the idea is that it's meant to be given as a gift. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look really, really adorable once. Once they've opened up the box and throw the box away, it really doesn't matter. So as I said, it's a little snug fit. Some of these stockings are physically wider, but you get the idea. You know, very, very cute for satin lips. We talked earlier about the gel mask with, if you were naughty, you get this red satin bag or velvet bag. The charcoal mask and the applicator go in. You draw it closed so they can't quite see what's in it, and then you give them the bag. And little bows on either side that I have managed to untie because I'm that person. I don't do bows. I really don't. Not even the pull string ones. But this is so cute because you're like, oh, what's in the sack? Well, it's Santa approved charcoal. So that's one of the reasons I like this particular, bag. I don't have a ton of them, but I have a half a dozen. And I think it's fun. If you have fun with the holiday and you don't take it too seriously, if you've been good, here's the white bag with its drawstring. Now, this isn't the same mask, but you get the idea. The mask would go in with the applicator if you wanted. It's a smaller, shorter box. Keep that in mind, too. And so they would get this if they've been good, and that red bag if they've been naughty, which, as I said, cute little holiday fun. They'll probably do something with the bag, maybe turn it into like a makeup pouch. I just know that I fell in love with them, so I had to have them, and that's why they ended up in my collection. Let's see here. Oh, we were going to talk about the snowman. Well, I don't have the faces printed out at the moment. I got to show you how the snowman thing works. So we take Bliss, and we're going to put one sock over it. Just trust me. These are the ones that came from Mary Kay for free. They're really soft and fuzzy. I've also ordered for the adopt a grandparent, charitable donations that I'm giving away, some larger socks for men so that they don't feel left out because all of a sudden they're like, they're all pink and they don't fit. And what were you thinking? Whatever. So the idea is that I then take one sock, roll it up a little bit. The other sock goes on top and pull it all the way down. Well, most of the way down. Leave a little poof at the top, right? And then I fold the sock up in such a way that now it looks like it's a cute hat. And then we put the snowman face right here. So that is the snowman. Very nice. So socks and lotion. I have a few of these for sale. But as I said, my first goal is to sell 25 so I can support 50 people with these. These are the Wellesley Friendly Aid. They deliver these to shut-ins all around the town of Wellesley right in time for Christmas. And that's in partnership with my church, the Metro West Baptist Church. So if you're interested in sponsoring, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you. I think earlier I was telling you about the perfume can fit into these cute little gold lame pouches. Because you're as good as gold, or golden girls, or, make new friends, keep the old. One's silver and the other's gold. Pick your thought. Another thing we talked about earlier was having a cute sleep mask to go with the gel mask. If you could just strap it right to the box, I could put a bow on it. This could go into a shopping bag. Your plan would be to basically cater it to your friend. I have some that have sayings on them, like Beauty Queen or Beauty Sleep. And I have others that if you want like leopard or zebra print, just let me know. I've got plenty of those in stock. When we get into packaging, sometimes people go, well, I don't know what I need yet. Well, I've got all sizes of boxes. So depending on what product, the satin lips could go in this, or as I said earlier, the perfume can go in this. It doesn't have to be one box for one product. I mean, I do that for my own sanity, but if you were to do like a stack of boxes, we have them in different color schemes. This might make for a very cute gift to somebody. if they want to open more than one gift, or as I said earlier, if you're doing Hanukkah and you've got your 8 days of Hanukkah. I have lots of non-denominational bags. We've got like the checker print and buffalo checkers, I think what they call it. I always get the name wrong. And I also have it in red and black. I always think of this as lumberjack, but whatever you want to call it. And inside it, I've tucked some of the boxes I use for like when I do hand lotion with the gloves. So we got these little snowflake ones. You can easily see I could fit them in Bliss in this box. And then I put on it the gloves and a bow. So let me show you what that looks like if that is something that you might be interested in. And I have with me my berries ribbon with the wire. And I also have the buffalo check. I'm not going to open that right now. So if you allow me a moment. I gotta stop dropping things. That's what happens when you get old. Here are my boxes. I have scarves, I have headbands, and I have gloves. I'm not going to pull out all of them, but I have a lot. Because some are texting gloves and some are just pretty. So, for example, I don't know why, but I got obsessed with gloves because I'm a New Englander. And what happens is we get our gloves dirty or we lose one. And it's very frustrating. And the last thing you want to have is either mismatched gloves or gloves with holes in them. So just to give you a sense, we've got these cute classic button gloves. So let's just say I have the product inside. This will be on here. And then, as I said, I'll do a proper photo later. But just envision this happy winter wonderland with the berries and the snow coming down. So you can see the color scheme is very nice, very easy on the eyes, very wintry. There's no Santas, no snowmen, no reindeer. So I would tie up the bow, I'd fluff it. It's a wire bow. You can craft and design however you would like. If that is not your thing, as I said, I have so many various gloves here. It's not even funny. I like these because if you know the person that you're buying for, you can pick from several different pairs of gloves and you're not stuck with just, oh, she only offered one design. So, as I said, I've got a bunch of the button gloves. I have these nicer, more elegant suede gloves. Oh, why did they put so much tape on them in shipping? Here we go. You know, like the bag is not a toy. I don't know whoever thought a bag was a toy, but somebody did. And that's why there's a warning. But that's sarcasm for you. And if you aren't used to me being like that, well, get used to it. So these are kind of fuzzy, more elegant gloves, and the same concept applies. I might actually opt for a slightly longer box for this look. I've got these cute polka dot. I have like silver and gold. I have the snowflakes, as I mentioned earlier. So if you were to kind of envision again, without me dropping everything on the floor. So you would have this lovely bow with the glove and the box, which is sliding out of my hand. So this way, it's like you don't have to do anything. They get what the gift is without having to think too hard. The product is inside. You can't lose. If I had put the gloves inside, it would be not nearly as cool. But you can see this is plenty of room in that tube. So you could, if you wanted to, put 2 pieces of spa and do the headband. I think I have those handy. I can show you those in a second. I kind of went all in on gloves. Trust me. You can't go wrong with gloves. And as I said, it's a nice low price point. It works for everyone. It's a great gift for teachers. It's a great gift for people who offer other services to you that you might want to thank at this time of year. So allow me to move this little box down here. And then I can show you, as I said, a mask could fit into a slightly longer box, whereas if you don't like the stocking concept. So for example, I have a few of these infinity scarves. I know black is probably not the best color. Turn the light back on so you can see the texture and the fringe. Very cozy. So I also have these really cute animal print headbands, which when wrapped around the box or tied to the box. And I have some more traditional ones that are just kind of snowflakes and kind of like the ski lodge designs. Personal favorite of mine. We have a couple more pairs of gloves that I can show you that go very nicely if you're doing a hand or foot lotion, or as I said, a mask, and you don't like the scarf necessarily. Just give me a moment here to try this thing. Ugh. Next time I will pre-cut the bags. So if you like the idea of the longer gloves, but you're not into the faux fur, it's fake, don't worry. And these are texting gloves. You might notice the fingers have this little texting nubs. This is very cute, studded. I need to keep a pair for myself. Again, on the packaging, it would look very nice with the bow. I may even have more gloves than I have lotions because I went to town on gloves. Because I wasn't sure of the style of the recipient, and you would know better. But if you're going to get multiples for family members, I wanted you to have plenty of choices. Like I said, this pair, I believe, are also texting. Let me find one that I can show you real quick. Smarter with the tape. Trying to catch the silica gel because I don't want my cats getting them. Okay, so these are also texting gloves, like the pink ones. So you get that little tip there. And look, oh, these are nice. I like these. These remind me of my old isotoners. So you have these. So I've got at least 4 different types of gloves, a variety of scarves. I have some regular satiny scarves as opposed to the knit ones, but knit ones seem to be very popular right now. And several headbands, and as I said, face masks, along with the spa-themed products as well. I'm just going to consolidate. This is driving me crazy. Not having everything in the same box. That'll be a lot easier for me to find this stuff tomorrow when I do the photos, which I will post as a slideshow later on so that you guys get a better sense of basically what I'm talking about regarding the packaging. And if you want something that's like color products, we can do that. It's just color is more personal and a little more challenging at times to, pick out the right thing for somebody. At least that's my opinion. And along those same lines, give me a second here. If you're someone and it's kind of a bulkier, clunkier thing, we get these cool boxes. I have to master my art of folding boxes, but if you give me a moment, I used it to bring some of the things over here. So we got this cool larger box. That way, if you do our, the men's products and you don't want to use the man can, you've got something like this. That works nicely. I also have, for the Satin Hands Sets, they would fit in here. They would also fit in these oversized pillow boxes where I could put a huge bow after sliding the bag into it like so. If you want something cuter, I still have a few, and I do mean a few. I made sure I had at least half a dozen when I say a few of these, which are the roll-up bag. I have them with love, and I've got them with hearts. And if you've never seen a roll-up bag, I can post a picture later. It's basically 4 pouches with Velcro. They can be removed. They're modular. The whole bag hangs, and it also swivels. It is a TSA-approved size pouches. It's hand washable. And if you have the plain black one, you could actually monogram it. Another thing I have stocked up on is this cute clear. It's got a solid back, but tote that you can put products in. This thing actually expands a little bit, so I can get the zipper going. Sorry. That's what happens when you leave it flat because it takes up less space. So if I take the tissue and silica out, you can see it's got these little loops. So you can stick product. This isn't exactly going to work the way I want it to, but I'm just going to stick things in here just so you can kind of get a sense of depth of this bag. and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to just stick a charcoal mask in here and a sideways and puff it up a little bit so you can see it's about 2 inches deep. And as I said, this on top. Yeah, you can't see everything because I just stuck a second product in front of. But the idea is that there's lots of room in here for multiple things. So when they open it, it's like they've got, I just closed it. You can pull out, say, a lotion, pull out the charcoal mask, and then you still see other items in here. Very nice for travel, especially if you have someone maybe going away for the winter for a holiday vacation. This would be a very nice gift to give them, filled, of course, with product, because you can't go wrong. If you change your mind for any reason, or your recipient changes their mind for any reason and is not 100% loving their Mary Kay product, they can return it or exchange it for a full refund. That is part of our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't worry, I don't get hit up for a restocking fee. I don't even get hit up for a shipping fee. I basically get replacement product to sell to make up for the money that I'm refunding you. And if you're just changing out the product because you didn't like the color or scent, you can always send it back to me or donate it to a shelter. And it's an unofficial tax write-off. But the important thing to remember is that, you know, it's not skin off my nose, pun intended. And you don't have to worry about me suffering a loss because you changed your mind and decided you weren't quite 100% satisfied with what you got. You shouldn't be penalized for changing your mind or having an opinion. At least that's my thinking. So if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will be obviously preparing for the Big Pink Friday sale, which will be coming up again. And just a friendly reminder, that is Black Friday, but in Mary Kay terminology. So it's the day after Thanksgiving. If you're a customer, you should have received a catalog already. And after that, you probably have received a notification from me via newsletter, possibly even text or private message. Check your messages because sometimes they do get bounced. And you want to take advantage of the sale, definitely go ahead and register on that app so that you can be ready to shop online. Remember, the discount starts at midnight and decreases later in the day. So I hope you found this helpful, informative, and fun. And if you want, I will try to post, as I said, all of these videos to my YouTube playlist, as well as to my business page. So that if you're not a VIP, you're still getting the information. But I strongly encourage you to be a VIP. That way you get everything, if that helps. So that was it. I have to make dinner and I need some sleep before the clocks change. So I hope that was informative and helpful. Remember, pre-orders for those new products need to be in by the 10th to guarantee getting anything, because once they sell out, they sell out. And I'm ordering multiples, but I can't promise you I'll have something left later at the end of the month. Pardon me. Ooh, at least my tea is still hot. And I've only seen one submission come in for the wish list. I haven't seen the wish list. I've just seen someone say done. So I will check and see where she sent me the wish list so I can then count that towards the drawing at the end of the day today. I'm doing it throughout the month on Wednesdays. So it's like this isn't the only chance, but this was your best chance of winning some free full-size products. And either way, I do hope you have a happy and safe holiday season. I hope that I can help you with your holiday shopping. And if anything else, let me know. PM me, email, text, or call me, and I'll see what I can do. Have a great night.